It was a Monday. I had woken up early because today we were going on a picnic. I could smell the breakfast my mother was cooking in the kitchen. She would open the kitchen window and the entire house would fill with the smell of bacon, eggs, and pancakes. It was wondrous. We lived on a farm in service of the Emperor. It was a simple life. After breakfast, we started getting ready to head to the park. My mother put together sandwiches and drinks, while my father looked for blankets, pillows, and our big umbrella. In my excitement, I hardly noticed we were already walking to the park. I was just a little girl, sitting on a checkered blanket spread out on a grassy hill, surrounded by my family and a few other families from our small community. I can still feel the wind blowing through my hair as the sun peeked over the snow-capped mountains in the distance. The air was filled with laughter as children ran around, chasing each other, and the adults shared stories of times past. You could always find Missy and me together. We were best friends and could never be separated. These are the moments I have always held on to. They are the only thing that give me strength anymore. My parents were nearby, their smiles a temporary reprieve from the constant worry etched into their faces. As I enjoyed the warmth of the sun on my face and the taste of the sandwiches my mother had prepared, I noticed something strange in the sky. At first, it was just a flicker, a distortion in the blue expanse above us. But then, it grew more pronounced, a sickly green hue spreading across the heavens. I had never seen such a beautiful green dancing through the afternoon sun. But this day would not be remembered for its beauty. As the ground beneath us trembled, the cheerful atmosphere of the picnic turned into panic. People screamed and scrambled to their feet, their expressions a mix of fear and confusion. My parents grabbed my hand and pulled me away from the blanket as we all watched in horror. In the distance, on the horizon, I saw it, a massive tomb world rising from the ground with a malevolent grace. It was a grotesque monument to death and decay, adorned with eerie symbols that seemed to writhe and twist. The air grew colder and the sky darkened as the tomb world continued its ascent. Even in my darkest dreams, I could not have imagined watching this nightmare unfold. The tomb world's mechanical tendrils reached out, reshaping the land and swallowing everything in their path. The once green hill was now a desolate wasteland. The laughter of children had been replaced by the haunting screams of panic with a low hum of machinery. As I hid behind a jagged rock, I watched as the tomb world's metallic spires pierced the earth, their unearthly glow casting eerie shadows on the land. It was a vision of hell on our once beautiful world. As the Necrons emerged, their cold, mechanical bodies moving with ruthless efficiency. Their green eyes glowed with an unnatural hunger as they advanced, leaving destruction in their wake. The sound of their energy weapons filled the air, cutting through the cries of despair. The Necrons were unstoppable, and there was nowhere to run, no sanctuary from the relentless advance of the tomb world. We were just a family, caught in the merciless grip of a universe that knew only suffering and despair. As the days turned into weeks, we became refugees in our own world, scavenging for scraps of food and clean water, always on the run from the relentless Necron patrols. The once bustling cities were now smouldering ruins, and the life we had known was gone. Hope was a fragile ember, and despair a constant companion. As time passed, our group of survivors grew smaller. Disease, hunger, and the relentless Necron forces claimed the lives of many. My parents did their best to protect me, but each day was a brutal struggle for survival. We encountered other survivors, some who offered help, and others who would betray us for a meager scrap of food. In the midst of this bleak existence, I clung to the memory of that fateful picnic day, when the world had seemed so full of life and hope. It felt like a distant dream, a life that no longer existed. This grim reality had become our new life, and I had grown far beyond my years, learning to navigate the horrors of this unforgiving hellscape. But deep inside, my ember of hope had become an inferno of defiance. I knew that as long as I drew breath, I would resist the Necrons, fight for the memory of that sunny day on the hill, and hold on to the hope that someday, somewhere, we would rise again.
Well, hello there. If you made it this far, we're so close to 1,000 subs. But only 1.2% of you who watch my videos are subscribed. The other 98.8% of you, what the hell are we doing? Subscribe. Because when you do, this could be you.
Thank you. You love me. You